everyone, it's your ordinary woman and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay notified whenever I post a new video. So I asked for your recommendations as to what kind of videos you would like to see from me, and I got a very interesting recommendation with a girl asking me how to post or how to pose actually for pictures or for photographs, and what kind of expressions can be made for clicking photographs. So this was something that I felt was very interesting. I have recently started clicking photographs and I have fallen in love with it because it allows me to be very creative, and most of my photographs are taken through my phone, either by my husband or most of the times by my sister, like the one who is making this video right now. So I feel like there are some tips and tricks which have helped me over a period of time, and these are things that I usually follow when taking my own pictures. So I hope this is going to be useful for you when you are taking your own photographs or when someone else is taking pictures for you. So please watch the entire video to know how. Start with the expressions. This is something that I came across a YouTube channel a long time ago, and I feel like it still helps me. So this is what I do when posing for photographs. Instead of just looking at the camera straight away with like big eyes, I mean like let me just show you. Instead of looking like this, I just try to pull my lower eyelids up, like squint it a bit. So I'll just show you. Instead of doing like this, I just do like. So you see, I'm trying to pull my eyelids up. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but what I'm basically trying is to give that squinty eye, or that, you know, that you make your eyes look attractive by just pulling your eyelids up. And this is something which obviously comes with practice. So instead of this, you can just do. Sorry for the background noise, it's I'm shooting outside and it's just some of the neighbors talking, but I just hope you can still hear me clearly. And another thing that I would like to say is, like, when you're making those sexy expressions, or you know, where you have to look seductive, sexy, sultry, so there another thing what I feel is, like, what I like to do is instead of just closing the lips together, just leave it a bit open, like don't do that, but just a bit open. So like, instead of doing like this, I just like to do this. So just leaving or letting like a tiny gap come in between your lips gives that photo a very seductive look without going over the top. So like, you know, you can just do like, instead of this, you can do. So you see how much of an effect, like a dramatic effect, such simple things make in a picture. But yeah, I would also advise you not to open it too big. Okay, and the third tip that I would like to give is smile. You got to know how to smile according to what the picture demands of you. So like, if you are taking like a candid picture, I like to give a big greeny smile. So like, and obviously it's a candid picture, but it's not really a candid picture because you know you're faking it. So if it's a candid picture, I just like to, you know, like do like something like this. I know it must be looking very odd on the camera, but I really wanted to show you in real life how it looks behind that candid photograph. So that is what I like to do for candid pictures. But if it's something like the fake candid pictures, but if it's something where you just need to give a subtle smile, you can just, you know, give a smile like this. So you don't need to smile too much. So many pictures are there over the internet nowadays giving you that sexy look, but they don't smile much. But I feel this is something which really gives a very natural, relatable vibe to the whole photograph. So this is something you guys can try. Another thing that I feel makes a difference is when you're clicking those aesthetic pictures, you know, the kind when you are looking away from the camera, when you act like the camera is not there or you're not aware of it. So when we take those kind of pictures, when we're not looking directly at the camera, we often make this mistake of looking too much over our shoulder. So we do this. Okay, so here you can see that most of the white portion of my eyes is visible, which I feel makes the photograph look unattractive when the whiter portion of the eye is visible a lot. So what I like to do is look over my shoulder, but make sure the white portion is visible along with the colored portion of my eyes. So I like to do this. Just look a bit towards my left or my right or over my shoulder instead of just, completely doing this. So do this. You can see how much of a difference that makes, right? Now that we are done talking about fake candids and fake casual photographs, let's talk about those times when you need to look into the camera or you want to give a pose where you have to look into the camera straight away. So at times when you're looking straight into the camera, it might not look very appealing. So I feel that you can just tilt your head a bit either towards your left and your right and then take a picture. So instead of just looking at the camera like this, you can just do like maybe this or even this if this suits you. Another thing that I like to do is play with my hands or play with my hair when I'm taking my pictures. So this is not actually an expression, but it is more like a pose that I like to do, especially when I'm taking photographs. So what I like to do is play with my hands. Like I'll usually place my hands like this or like this. So you see how playing with my hand gives like a very aesthetic feel to the photograph, and just this simple gestures can actually make a lot of a difference. Another thing is like especially when taking candid pictures, I like to play with my hair. So I do like this or like maybe this or this. So something as simple as playing with your hair, moving your fingers, trying different hand variations can make the photographs look very interesting. This might be helpful to you if you want to do a portrait series or if you want to do some fashion shoots. However, if you want to do a travel series or if you want to click some photographs when you are traveling, do let me know in the comments below so that I can make a different video for you, because the pictures that we click when we are traveling are very different from the pictures that you do on a normal photo shoot. So do let me know. And another thing that I would like to tell you that's very important is practicing. Make sure you practice a lot in front of the mirror and you know what works for you, because you need to know yourself better and your angles, expressions better than the cameraman knows you. This will help you be confident when you're actually shooting pictures with maybe some other person that you don't know or with unfamiliar people. And one more thing is that I feel is important and that I recently found out when shooting my own YouTube videos is the background sound, the environment, or the music. So if you are shooting all alone at your home or maybe at a place where you can afford to put some music, I would suggest you to try and put some background music so that you feel those emotions, the type of emotions that you are trying to convey through your photographs. That will help you get in the mood, and I feel like that's very important. It helps you feel the emotion. So these are things that I feel has worked for me when I'm taking my photographs. I hope these things are of help to you. Do let me know in the comments below whether you are going to try any of this, or if you try any of these and if it works out for you or not. And if you want to see something else from me, or if there's a specific video that you want to see from me, do let me know. And please stay connected to me, and do like the video, share and subscribe if you like it. Stay tuned for some more videos. Bye.